There's one thing I would like to be called, skinny, because skinny means that you're not fat. I just wish I won't be fat anymore.
If you're seriously overweight as a 6-year-old, you have a 95% chance of being an obese adult. And if by the time you're a teenager you failed at every diet, the radical solution is surgery.
I decided to just have the operation now because I might be dead before I'm 20. Within a few years I will get bigger, and I know I will get bigger because I'm always eating.
Bethenny Morris is 6 years old, and like most kids, she spends nearly 3 hours a day watching TV. 2 out of 3 adverts shown on children's television are for junk food. Many use cartoons and bright colours to appeal directly to their young audience.
Every time I watch them, they want to make me eat.
Bethenny's mum, Lisa, is aware that Bethenny is overweight. But so far, she hasn't put her on a diet. Like many parents, Lisa's unsure how to achieve a healthy balance in what Bethenny eats.
It's difficult because the kids always have something different from us. So they have pretty much what they ask for. But she likes a mashed potato, so she tends to have mashed potato with pretty much anything. Other than that, a roast dinner. These are Bethenny's favourite ones, and she enjoys the chocolate mousse as well. So, there's nothing out there that says to you that, you know, this is really good for your child to eat, apart from if you're just giving them steamed vegetables. And no 6-year-old is going to eat a plate full of steamed vegetables at the end of the day.
Oh my God. Is there any more beans left?
No, it's enough.
I think I am a bit big. But I'm not fat though. Once they said I'm fat and I said I'm not, and they said it again and I said I don't hardly eat anything because I don't eat much.
Go back a bit. That is bang on 6 stone. 6 years old and 6 stone now.
I first realised I had a weight problem when I was quite young because as soon as I was 7 years old, I was 7 stone. And every year that I grew older, my weight matched my age. So when I was 7, I was 7 stone. When I was 8, I was 8 stone. 12, 12 stone, 13, 13 stone. But in the past couple of years, my weight's actually shot up.
23 stone 8.
Right.
You have put on weight again.
Helen Holmes lives with her mum, Julia, in Birmingham. Helen is 16. She's more than twice as heavy as most girls her age. Julia is only 3 stone lighter. In 4 weeks' time, they're both having major surgery in a desperate bid to be thin.
We've done Slim Fast, Slimming World, Weight Watchers, banana diet, eggs diet,
Pills.
diet pills.
Herbal tablets. We had it for a few weeks and then there's no difference whatsoever. You're supposed to feel a difference between the first week.
The Cambridge diet, the Kellogg's 2 bowls a day for a month. Basically, you name it, we've done it, we've tried it. Yes, you lose a few pounds and then you just put the weight back on.
And it's happened all the time.
At least 7 years Helen's been dieting, and I've been dieting since I was about 16, which is like 3 years ago. So it's, you know, we're talking a long time, a long time, and then you get to this stage and you just know that nothing else is going to work. And this is a situation we're at now where, you know, surgery is literally the last option. The only option and the last option, and it's the last option that is definitely going to work.
Helen has a part-time job in a supermarket. She wants to go to university and have a career, but right now there's little chance of her dream coming true.
At the moment, I'm not doing very well in school. All my grades are really low, and I'm just not putting any effort into my work. I'm not confident enough to go to the teachers and ask for help. I'm just too shy because of my weight and how depressed it makes me feel. I just can't be bothered doing any work. I always had that fear of, you know, not being wanted to listen to, or, you know, of teachers not listening because they thought I was this fat kid who didn't know what they were talking about.
Helen rarely goes out with her friends. She spends hours alone bird-watching and logging on to internet chat rooms.
On half term or anything, I get up around 10. I get one large bowl of cereal, which will fill me for about the next 2 hours. And then I would just stay on the computer all day. I will go out to the shop, get £10 out the bank, and go down to the shop and buy 1 or 2 tubes of Pringles, along with a 200-gram bar of chocolate, along with a bag of Maltesers or a bag of M&Ms and other things like that, along with a milkshake or 2 milkshakes as well. And so at the end, I would just not have any money to spend on myself because I would just spend it all on food. And usually when I get home, I do make myself a salad wrap with plenty of mayonnaise, get a chocolate bar or the bag of Maltesers, one of the large 200-gram bags of Maltesers, and come upstairs and sit on the computer and eat it. And then once that's finished, in about another 10 or 15 minutes, I eat the Pringles and the chocolate bar until I just feel really sick. And then afterwards, my mum would usually call us down to dinner. We'd eat our dinner, and then I'd be back up here on the computer eating more chocolate and Pringles and other crap until maybe I'll go back down to the shop around 8:30 when I say to my mum, I'm going down the shop, do you want anything?
What do you want?
I would like some skirt and top.
Yeah?
At 6 years old, Bethenny not only issues orders about Mum's grocery shopping, she also has very fixed ideas when it comes to fashion.
Only an 8 to 9 though.
But shopping for clothes is an ordeal.
Top won't fit you anyway.
Yeah, but
I don't think they fit you, these ones.
what size? We've got extra large.
That's 12 to 13, they might fit you. That'd be too short for you. It does. You can't walk around with your belly hanging out. Shorts. I don't think they fit around your bum.
What?
That's what you should be wearing. Look, 6 to 7. Do you think that'd get around you?
I'd be like this.
That won't go around you, mate.
There's nothing I could wear.
Come here a sec. That's the 8 to 9.
Get the 10 to 11.
Right, take them ones off then.
I won't wear them. These big grown-up ones.
No, they're not big grown-ups ones. You'd never dream that your 6-year-old child would turn around and say, well, Mum, do I really look that fat in this? And I have to say to her sometimes, with some of the clothes that she's got, oh my God, Bethenny, you can't wear that out because, you know, your bum's showing and
she does get upset.
She gets really upset with me, and then she thinks that I'm taking the mickey out of her. And then you try to explain to her that, no, I'm just doing it so people don't look at you and say, Christ, look what she's got on. You know, if her mother dressed her a bit better, she wouldn't look as bad. But nicer than my bum in jeans.
I don't like them.
I'm not saying this because you don't like them.
If I have to have them.
Yeah.
I'm only going to have them when I was a grown-up.
You're getting a grown-up now.
I'm not.
It would be nice to actually being able to wear tighter clothes and look like a girl, other than just wearing baggy trousers and a baggy t-shirt.
In Helen's case, it's not just a question of what to wear. It's a matter of survival.
I've been told I'll be dead by the time I'm 20. If you tell someone they're going to die tomorrow, it just takes the whole fun out of life and everything. I was a bit devastated. I was thinking, oh my God, this is really happening. This isn't a joke, you know. And it's hard to actually describe how you felt, but I just thought something has to be done.
Helen Holmes lives in Birmingham. She weighs nearly 24 stone, and her mum, Julia, weighs 21 stone. In a week's time, mother and daughter are both having gastric bypass operations in a bid to lose a massive amount of weight.
Well, I just think the reason that we're big is genetic. Obviously, we've got some normal bit of what you fancy does you good sort of factor, and everybody has, you know, the naughty but nice occasionally, but it's not something that we have every day. My downfall personally is I like chocolate, but that doesn't mean I ram it down my throat all day, every day. I just think that a lot of weight problems are hereditary. My great-great-grandparents, I've got a photograph, that they were very, very big people, and that picture was taken in the 1920s. So if I come from that sort of stock, you know, 80 years ago, then it's no wonder that I'm this size, that Helen will be that size, you know, perhaps in another 40 or 80 years' time, Helen's descendants will also be this size. You know, there's got to be a fat gene, and we are just, you know, unfortunately one of the families that carry that gene. Want some?
Yes, please.
Special mummy trifle. Look at that.
4 layers on that.
Fantastic. Enjoy that last one. Ever. This is what you'll be giving up. Is it worth it? For a trifle or to be slim?
After surgery, Helen and Julia won't be able to digest sugars, so they can never indulge their sweet tooth again.
I think we'll have to have another last trifle.
Bethenny weighs the same as Helen did at 6 years old. At over 6 stone, she's clinically obese.
You look at her and something has seriously got to be done now. Before she ends up like the people that we do see on the news, a 13-year-old being like really, really too big. And it's sad. It's not the child's fault. Some of it is the parents' fault. I mean, I blame myself for half of her because I used to, yeah, you can have McDonald's, yeah, you can have a packet of crisps, yeah, you can have another packet of crisps. It was just me being lazy, and then all of a sudden you think, oh my God, she's got real, this is my fault because I've let her do it. Of which I will hold my hands up and I say, yeah, I have.
Bethenny's mum has been told she'll have to wait up to a year for an appointment with an NHS dietitian.
When I've tried to do something about it, I'm not getting any help. They're all in the news about all these children are being obese, obesity and everything, but they're not physically telling parents how to cope with it. There's supposed to be all these experts out there that know what they're doing, but I haven't come across one yet, and I've been asking for the last year for someone help me. So you've got 4 favourites then, have you?
Until her mum can get the advice she needs, Bethenny will be left to get bigger and bigger.
You were only 8 weeks old there. I mean, you were very tall anyway. You were a very long baby. You were 23 inches long. I was 24 and a half there. I don't think I've changed really.
No, just fatter.
Thank you. This is the one with your 2 grandmas. And you can see they're both big ladies. Oh, what about this?
That was in year 9, I think, with my friend.
They're very, very slim. You were very chunky then. So I
13.
reckon you're probably 15 stone there.
Yeah.
I think that when you really start to lose weight, that beautiful face, your face is beautiful now, but I think that is going to just, you know, come out, and you really are, you're going to be so pretty when you're slim.
I look awful. Look at the clothes I was having to wear. I am 16, my birthday. 16 stone. Horrible. I was very big. That was when I thought, no, that's stopping now, and doing something about it, and that's when I started.
Like Helen, Naomi Spencer spent her teenage years battling with obesity, but through diet and exercise, she's lost a staggering 8 stone.
Put myself into a gym and started going there. My eating changed, everything. Only certain times a day I'd eat. I'd eat at the right times. I wouldn't binge. Crisps or anything like that was all out the window. I drink more water, probably about 5 or 6 pints a day, to flush everything out and get all proper detox and everything. But my gym I was going every day. Made sure I went every day. If I was at work, I'd still make sure I'd went. And I did that for a year, every day. That's when it dropped off. But it's what it's done with me eating so much food, and what I've done to my body is my skin, and that is a big mess. And when you see it, because I hide it, and my surgeon saw it, I think he was shocked as well. He said it's the worst he's ever seen out of any of his patients.
Naomi lost half her body weight, but because her skin had been overstretched for years, it didn't shrink back to fit her new thinner shape. Her surgeon is going to perform a full body lift, which involves cutting away an 8-inch band of excess skin from her stomach and back.
And just turn around. If you can just turn the other way, that's great.
She's also having breast implants.
Okay, just pop yourself down on the couch once more. What I'm trying to work out here is, obviously you've got a lot of loose skin, okay? But the looseness of the skin is both in this direction.
Yeah.
The looseness is also in this direction. Young lady like yourself, we don't want to put excessive scars on the tummy, but at the same time, you want to achieve the best possible shape.
Yeah.
So all this prodding is just to try and work out whether it's feasible just to pull your tummy skin down and tighten it, or whether we need to actually put a sort of wedge in to ensure that we can tighten it up laterally. We can put some more thought to. Right. Could you just stand up once more? It's all part of your physiotherapy, this is, going up and down off the bed. If you could just stand in front of me. What sort of breast size are you ideally wanting to try and achieve?
Not too sure. I'll probably have a D or a double D.
D or a double D?
Yeah. I am very angry with myself, and that's sometimes when I break down and cry because I can't believe it. Because I never thought I'd be, you know, I'm having this done, that done, this done, about 5 different things to get my skin off. But no, a bit upset about it, as anyone would be. But like, when I was eating that, you don't think though, do you, when you're a child, that it's going to make yourself like, in a couple of years, when you're a bit older, in your teenage years, oh, I'll not have this skin, I'll be all right, I'll lose a bit of weight when I'm this age, when I'm dating, I'll not. And then I think, you're starting to diet, and then there it comes, it's starting to come on your skin, it's just hanging there gradually. And I thought it'd just go back. And when my surgeon says that skin will never go without surgery, I'm like, wow, what have I done to my body by eating too much food?
Naomi's life-changing surgery will take place in a week's time, and the operation will cost £10,000. Like Naomi, Helen and Julia have also opted for private treatment. They're travelling to Belgium because the NHS believes it's not advisable to perform gastric bypass operations on children under 18.
We're both having gastric bypass, which means that the loop of the intestine is going to be shorter. So we're going to have a restriction there because a new pouch is going to be probably actually about the size of that whole mini Swiss roll. You can only eat what you can get in there.
It's such a strange feeling to see food there and you don't want it. I don't think we've ever done that before, but we will. So it'll be a bit strange. Even going out for a meal, have like one starter between us, and that's it.
Yeah, but at least it'll be cheaper.
Naomi's determined to have her body lift operation, but she's also had to think about the consequences of such major surgery.
My biggest fear in the operation is being put to sleep. It's my worst fear ever. It frightens me to death. Because I always get a feeling that I'm not in control of myself. The side effects and stuff as well, like, you know, your nipple can drop off and all that. And...
Well, they know what they're doing, don't they, so...
Yeah.
They're in good hands.
Just my surgeon, 100%, so... I think it's because it's becoming reality now. 4 more days at work and then that's it. It's scary.
Oh, it's right now looking back, is there?
That's it. I'm so frightened of getting like big again. It's like I've said to my mum, I'm not having kids because if I think anything will make me big again like that, I won't do it. So that's why I say, you know, when Miss McCulley says to me, you know, I don't recommend you having children with your full body lift. I didn't know that's as well. I'm not bothered anyway, because I don't want any children because I don't want to be big again. Scared of being the way I was.
If I wasn't given the option of surgery by my mum, I don't think I would have actually considered surgery. I mean, I've never thought about it, but surgery will be the best tool that I've ever used to help me get thin down to a normal size and do what normal 16-year-old girls do.
She has made the decision. I haven't influenced this decision at all. I have not sat her down and said, you should do this, I think, blah, 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 I think, I want you to. It hasn't been like that at all. I showed Helen the tool that was available.
Even though some of the glass is a bit cracked, but it still works.
Yes. What we do is we'll dig here, okay?
Helen's parents are divorced. Her dad, Martin, now lives in London, but visits a couple of times a year. He was only told a week ago that Helen is about to have a gastric bypass operation.
Now, about this Belgian trip.
I went to see a consultant and he just says, consider surgery.
Her weight is so serious that they suggested that she has surgery. Because I think if she doesn't do something about it now, she's gonna end up dead, Martin. She's gonna die.
I think that is just the lifestyle. What I suggested a long time ago was that she should leave home and go to a boarding school, and you said no.
No, absolutely not.
Because if she has got a different background, she will definitely lose weight. Because they won't be having what you eat here. They won't be having chocolate for school lunch or dinners and things. You know, when she was a baby, you gave her Maltesers, and I said, look at this size. The only thing you need to do is complete change of lifestyle, Julia, for Helen. And I haven't seen a child of this age having that sort of operation myself. I haven't read any history of any child.
No, but
I've been trying to look into the whole thing, and they were saying it's not advisable to have a surgery at this age.
So it's more advisable for her to not have surgery and for us to bury her in 3 years' time?
No, not in 3 years' time. If she goes on a proper diet regime, she will be thin. But the problem is in this house. If she's here, she's not going to lose weight, Julia. Just open your cupboards and see. She won't lose weight. You go there to Quick Save, you buy biscuits, you buy this and that. She won't lose weight.
You don't live here, you don't live with us, so you do not know what we buy from the shops.
Julia, I know. I've lived with you for years. I know.
That was a
I know your type of shopping. I know what you eat. I know why you're like that size. You shouldn't be like that yourself. You could lose weight if you wanted to. If you change your style, you could lose weight. It's not that you are big. There are so many big people who are thin. But it's just what you eat. You are what you eat.
Martin, she's 6 foot tall. She's got a size 11 shoe.
There is a difference between being big and being fat. There are two different things. Just try to listen once.
Everything in moderation. There is nothing wrong with everything in moderation. If she was sat there stuffing a whole cake, then obviously I would do something about it. But one piece of cake, Martin.
Do you know how alcoholics start? They start by saying everything in moderation. Then they turn into alcoholics. You know you gain weight by one hole, your mouth. That's where your weight is. Stop feeding that hole, your weight goes.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
That's the simple answer.
Yes,
No genetics,
that's what it is.
nothing else.
You don't
No.
need to go to operations. You don't need to do all that. You don't need to rationalize it by saying, oh, genetically I'm like this and that and that.
It's not rationalisation. It's
just eat sensibly.
fact.
They all say that. Eat sensibly.
If I show you the facts and everything else, then maybe
The
maybe
facts are you should stop eating fat things.
Yeah.
Right.
That's it. I think if she went to a health farm, right, for say 3 months, away from here, she'll be a changed person. It's just an
So are
example.
you saying if I went away to a health farm for 3 months, I would come back stick thin?
No. When you go and have surgery, you come from Belgium stick thin. It
I'm
doesn't
not
mean
saying
that.
I'll come back
Exactly.
stick thin.
I'm not saying you come from a health farm stick thin, but I'm saying that if you go there, you learn a different style.
you learn a new regime,
Yes.
and it is still only a tool to lose weight.
That's what I'm saying.
Surgery is only a tool to lose weight.
With a health farm, it's 3 set meals a day, and if you miss one, tough luck. And it's constant exercise.
Yes. That's good. That's what it is.
So me walking around for 24 hours a day will help me lose weight?
Yes. All right. I don't argue with you. You are too young for me to argue with you. You're only a baby. And your experience in life is so small. So I can argue with Julia. What you have experienced is just this much. Right? Which is losing weight. That's what we are faced with. And this is exactly what happens. From when she was little, each time I just mentioned Helen's weight, it ended up like this. The mom, Julia's mom, they're all up in arms against me. Oh, you are used to Africa, they are all thin, they are all starving. You want to starve the baby like they are starving in Somalia or wherever. And I tell them, look, this child is going to cry buckets for you here.
You know he's very blinkered in his thinking. He's got one opinion, and that's him all over. I mean, you're not a baby. He doesn't live with you, Helen. He hasn't lived with you for 13 years. Do you know what I mean? He's got his own opinions, but he doesn't know you, does he? Don't get upset by him, because that's just him.
I didn't expect that it would come to this, because everything I said before, I told Julia before, everything. That's why I'm not blaming you, but we discussed everything before, and I could see that this was, if she were either here or if she didn't go away from home to a boarding school or something, her weight was going to just balloon. Because I know what type of food she has all the time.
It's the day of Naomi's full body lift operation, and her mum, Dawn, has come to the hospital to support her.
Right, I know what we're going to do. They're going to look lovely after, aren't they? So, just think what you're going to be like after. It's all going to be worth it.
I don't like the thought of cutting me up and stuff.
Well, don't think about that. You're not going to know anything about it, are you? You'll be alright, love, and I'll be with you all the time. I'm waiting for you when you wake up.
And make sure you don't go till I'm asleep.
I won't go anywhere, love. You're fine.
Hello? You all right?
I'm nervous, shaky.
Bit nervous.
Yeah.
Well, it's all right, that's normal. I've already taken photographs for you today, so I don't need to do that. I do need to mark you up.
Yeah. Well, I'm shaking.
You are shaking, aren't you? So you'll be fine. Slow yourself down. I'm still going to see if I can do it without the vertical scar. All right? I just think the prize is too good to not try that. If I don't put a vertical, there will be a degree of laxity, but I'll make a call that whether that degree of laxity be worth accepting for not having the scar, because there's pros and cons to either way. All right? In terms of the scars on the breast, again, leave it up to me. I'm going to put the implants in and see where we go. See where we go. Any other questions? No. No? Okay.
Naomi's operation took 7 hours. 2 days later, her surgeon has come to examine her.
All right, so what I think we'll do is we'll take the dressings off here. It's all going to look a bit wrinkly and bruised at the moment, so just pop your nightie up. Okay. All right, this is a... Okay, that's looking good. That's looking very good. Lift your bottom up. Great.
Wow. Wow. God. Wow. Can I feel?
Yeah, of course you can.
I'm amazed with that scar. That's brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah.
What do you think, Naomi?
It's fantastic. I'm really shocked. I didn't think it'd be that good.
No, I didn't want it.
I don't think you could get it that perfect. Can't believe it. I can't feel any pain. Is that because it's so numb?
It's a bit numb. Let's just bring you across. Okay, you're right there. In fact, you're fine there. You can just sit there. Just sit there. All right?
I'm not bothered about my scars so much because it's just I'm so happy with. I just can't explain it. I'm just overwhelmed. I can't explain it. It's just a big thing to get that skin off me, and I'm just like so happy because of that. I could cry. I could, you know. Yeah, because I'm like I can't think about my scar. Not bothered. Not at all. No. It's got, oh God, my boobs look mint, don't they?
Helen and Julia are flying to Belgium for their surgery. Helen will be first under the knife. Her mum will go to theatre as soon as Helen is in recovery.
I never ever wanted this for her, never. I mean, if anybody's got a crystal ball from when you have a child and you know you can look into the future of what's going to happen, then obviously there are certain things that you would avoid doing, but there is no crystal ball.
"16-year-old Helen Holmes is having a gastric bypass operation.
Muscular, this girl. Okay. What you can see on the screen right here, what you see are the red things, that's you see that striped thing here, that's a muscle, that's the abdominal wall, and what's under it, the yellow stuff is just fat that covers all the internal organs. And that's part of the disease, of course, because that fat is just about everywhere, and it covers the heart as well. So that's why the heart is not working properly in obese patients, because it just doesn't have sufficient room to expand and to beat. So we are preparing here the small bowel in order to be able to hook it up to the upper part of the stomach, the little gastric pouch, the little stomach pouch, that will be used in this procedure. And you know that obesity is also a cause of cancer. People that are heavily overweight have more chances of developing malignant disease. And you see that the small stomach pouch is being created now. Now we will cut coming vertically. Make sure that the pouch posteriorly is not too big. So we really have to pull hard here. Make sure to get a nice and flat little pouch. So here, on the left of your screen, you have the small pouch of stomach. See with the little staples here? Here are the edges. And here's that loop of small intestine that we prepare to sew it now to the small stomach pouch. You see it's really quite easy.
Helen is in recovery, and her mum, Julia, is having her operation in half an hour.
So, here's your daughter. Mom's here, okay?
It's okay.
Oh, leave this, leave it.
Alright, take some deep breaths. You need to cough. You need to cough. It's okay, it's okay. Alright, don't panic. Helen, don't panic.
Helen,
Cough.
put your leg in the bed.
Alright, listen. Take some deep breaths, Helen, and cough if you need. I'm not a soft, emotional person who's going to fall to bits. I just deal with situations and that's it. I've got to go now because I'm going to go and have mine, okay? Yeah? Oh, listen, it's okay. It's okay. Right. So, when I see you next, you'll be back in the ward. Okay? Yeah?
In Belgium, Helen and Julia are recovering from their gastric bypass surgery. This is Helen's first taste of what the rest of her life will be like.
Fantastic.
From now on, she'll never be able to eat more than a few spoonfuls at a time.
Feel full. Get used to it. It's strange, isn't it?
I feel fantastic about life now. I feel I'm a totally different person again. I've changed. I've got more confidence. I feel great. Since my operation, I'm just so proud of myself now. It's totally changed. I'm so happy. I don't see myself as a fat person since my operation. With my skin gone, no, I feel quite sexy actually. I feel a sexy lady now.
18, 6. I've lost 5 stone and a bit in about 4 months. So that's what, 22 weeks? 23 weeks, almost.
Between them, Helen and Julia have lost over 10 stone. Helen's life has been transformed and she started to thrive at school.
6 months ago, I always thought I wouldn't have a future because my grades at school were really low and I thought I would be kicked out of sixth form, just getting some dead-end job in a shop or something. And I never thought I was good enough to go to university.
Since her grades have improved so much, Helen has in fact received offers from 3 universities.
I can actually see myself being independent, living away from home. I just can't wait to get out by myself. Now I can actually see myself going to university, getting myself a good degree, getting out in the world and actually doing something with my life, just like working with animals.
I did, save her life this year, but that's what I had to do. Otherwise she wouldn't have had a life. She would have never have had a life if we hadn't have done this.
6-year-old Bethenny Morris finally has an appointment with a dietitian after waiting for a year.
It would be quite useful if you had more people are eating at the same time, the more sort of a rhythm the day gets to it. So you have a meal, you prepare for a meal, you have a meal, the meal stops, you don't eat in between, you have another meal. And so you have a sort of a rhythm to the day. Because you've got more exercise, reduce the meat portions, change the bread to wholemeal bread, and low-fat yogurt. So that's 4 things you get, plus the fluid.
I mean, I've obviously been giving her way too much, but then the hardest thing is going to be for when she's eaten what she's allowed to have, and then when she's finished it saying, I'm hungry, I want something else to eat. Aren't you? And more exercise. What are we going to do for exercising? Every day we've got to do it.
You had to do press-ups.
Press-ups? I don't think I could do them.
If I see like people overeating and eating junk food and that, I do think to myself, it's just disgusting, you know. I don't feel sorry for them in a way because they just need a little bit of willpower, and most people haven't got that. And I see people like stuffing themselves with burgers and things, and sometimes I think, good God, you know, sometimes I do want to say something. Like, I was that big, do you know what you're doing to yourself? And I've had to go through this and that because of what I did to myself, and I don't want, you shouldn't have to go through that. And start dieting and exercising now, you won't have to. Keep eating like that and you will.
That's got 9 grams of fat in that. Well, that's only got 0.6. Should we get this one?
I really want crisps. No, carrots.
I've been weighing out her food that she's been having for the last couple of days. And every time she comes out, she's hungry. I don't give any biscuits, no nothing. She has a piece of fruit, so she's been a fruit junkie this week.
I don't like it.
If you don't like it, you go hungry. Oh, you can't have them.
What?
There's loads of fat in that.
Seriously overweight children are almost certain to be obese in adulthood. Every year in Britain, as a result of obesity, 30,000 adults die. Bethenny's future depends on learning the healthy eating lessons that could save her life.
So you could have fish, jacket potato and bean and salad, chicken nuggets, jacket potato and salad.
No, but they're all cooked in a fat fry.